Hello, welcome to Unequal Sequel.
Extra.
Our last record of 2024. I'm fully aware you'll be listening to this in the future in 2025. But this is us closing up shop for the year, Rich.
Yeah. Wow. What a way to end.
Let's not tell the people too much yet. What a way to go out with a whimper or a bang. We'll probably decide by the end of this episode, yes. But this is also starting 2025 episodes, so let's try and start it with a bit of, bit of jizz. Not jizz, jazz.
Oh, dude. Let's...
Freudian slip. Okay, let's move on from that. We're going to start with a bang. Would be the one I'm thinking of. We're going to start with a bang.
Oh, God. Yeah, okay.
While other film podcasts and film websites are telling you their top 10 or whatever of the films of 2024.
We've seen a lot of top 10s. A lot of hard work has gone into putting people's top 10s together.
We do not do that. It looks exhausting.
We're not doing that. We'll do a yearly roundup, but not to the middle of January.
And we do have, because we've got to watch a couple more sequels that were out at the end of December.
Yeah.
That we had to see. There's a few. We're doing this one. I'll tell you what we're doing now. We're doing Mufasa, The Lion King. We're doing Sonic the Hedgehog 3.
Here we are.
And we're going to do Wallace and Gromit, Vengeance Most Foul. Once we've watched those three, we will tell you, the listeners, our best and worst sequels of 2024.
Yes.
And then also our most anticipated sequels of 2025. So
I know mine.
Yeah, it's pretty clear what Rich is. So that's exciting. So that's something to look forward to the next 3 weeks. But today, as I said, we are starting with a unequal prequel. I should have said unequal prequel at the beginning.
You should. Yeah, that's true.
It's too late now. I'm not going to go back and do that. Unequal prequel.
Woohoo.
Yeah, there we go. We are watching Mufasa, The Lion King, which is a sequel to The Lion King.
A prequel.
A prequel.
And a sequel. It is, I suppose it is a sequel too. It takes place after The Lion King, but flashbacks.
Yes.
So...
But let's say like 20% sequel, 80% prequel.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. It is that before and after that huge roaring success of The Lion King, and I don't know what to call it because it's not like a live action movie because it's fully CGI.
It's the one that apparently looks like the live action.
The one shot at the beginning apparently is live action. That's what they did. Okay. The opening scene, and they wanted to make people believe that was visual effects, and then the whole film is also visual effects with the walking, talking lions. Let's do the synopsis, and then we can talk about what we thought of the previous films, and so on, and we can work on from like that. So, Rich, What is the synopsis of Mufasa, the Lion King?
So, taking place after the events of The Lion King, Simba and Nala have, for some reason, are leaving Pride Rock to go, so Nala can go and give birth to a cub. They don't do that at home. They go somewhere else to go.
Well, it's like going to a hospital, I guess.
Yeah, except, jungle.
It's a rock.
And in a stunning action of terrible parenting, leave Timon and Pumbaa in charge of their oldest cub called Kiara. No, it's not Kiara.
Yep.
Yeah. So God knows how short on babysitters have we got to be to choose Timon and Pumbaa?
I would love Timon and Pumbaa to babysit me in this movie.
Yeah, not responsible though. But Rafiki turns up to act responsible adult and begins to tell Kiara the story of how her grandfather Mufasa became the king of Pride Rock.
Mufasa.
And so it happens after the events of The Lion King, but we flash back to events before The Lion King. We find out that Mufasa gets separated from his parents in a flood, and then joins up with another tribe of lions, where he befriends Taka, and they become like brothers, although Taka's father Obasi doesn't like outsiders and banishes Mufasa to hunt with the lionesses, where he learns all sorts of cool lioness skills. Because this is like real life, where male lions do fuck all day and the lionesses do all the hunting and all the work. So he learns some really cool skills. When they are attacked, the lionesses are attacked by some white lions, and Mufasa kills one of the white lions, which then sets things in motion so that the white lions attack the pride, and Tucker and Mufasa flee, being pursued by these white lions trying to get away. So, yeah, that's sort of it, basically. That's without giving stuff away.
It's good. We will give stuff away, obviously, because that's what we do.
Of course we will, but I'm not doing that now.
No. Also, Rich, that made it sound much more exciting than the actual film was.
Yes. I think this is a weird film.
Yeah, do you think?
Yeah, because I think actually in some places I'm like, there is a decent film trying to get out, and it never quite manages it. Like, it's just like, there's something.
Yes.
Every time I think it's going to be good, it just sort of falls on its face.
Yes, it is directed by Barry Jenkins of Moonlight fame, which is such an incredible, brilliant filmmaker.
Very odd departure for Barry Jenkins, though, right?
Everyone was very confused when he got announced that he was doing this.
I don't know if it would have been better, if it's better because of him. Like, maybe it's better because of him, and maybe it wouldn't be so good. I can't shake the feeling that it would have been a lot better if it was a traditionally animated movie. So if it had been animated like The Lion King, rather than this
1994 Lion King.
Yeah, like rather than this CGI nonsense.
Yes.
Where you get the full emotions and you can do different things with shots and stuff, whether it would have been a better movie.
Yeah. Do you like the 2019 version of The Lion King?
I do not.
Good. Okay, this is a good place to start. What are your problems with the 2019 version?
It's like watching a really uncanny valley nature documentary. Like
the scenery looks amazing. Everything looks amazing until the animals start talking.
Yeah. Yeah, and then they have obviously because they're animals and they've been made to look as realistic as animals as possible.
Incredible.
They've got no human emotion whatsoever. So they can't emote. You can't tell Hamlet without being able to emote. And that's basically what The Lion King is.
Yes. Now, with this one, they did try to emote the animals a bit more.
And that kind of makes it weird. It works in animation. It works in traditional animation. But when you're trying to make your animals look incredibly realistic and then give them human emotions, it's weird.
I was been sitting on the fence because I don't like. That's what I really don't like about that 2019 version is when the animals and lions singing still makes me like, this is fucking weird.
It is strange, yeah. It is. It's still strange.
Still strange. Works in traditional animation beautifully. The 94 version is one of my favourite films ever. It's incredible.
And I feel like this could have been a much better movie if they'd have done it in that.
So you want to get rid of Simba's Lion King 2, Simba's Pride, whatever it's called.
Yeah, and replace it with this. Yeah.
Replace it with this. I would go with that. Because I sat here, I was like, I'm just going to see what they like with the moving the mouths and the eyes this time. And as soon as one of the lions, I think it was Simba, it was Donald Glover, talked, went, nope.
Nope. I'm done. Nope.
I still do not like that at all. And then I sat there for the next 2 hours, and I think an hour was enough for me. I sat there, I looked at my watch after, and my wife went, how much longer is there to go? And I went, another hour.
I did that with about 40 minutes to go, I think. So probably about similar sort of time to you. I did look at my watch and think, oh, this is dragging.
Yeah,
it suffers with pacing, I think, because there's some bits really drag on, and then some bits are really like sort of played out, and then the ending is really quick, like bang, 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 and bang, done.
Yeah,
you know, it's
the ending. We'll get to the ending, but the ending makes me laugh, and I've been doing my impression of a certain character at the end of the film. So we'll get to that.
Maybe don't do that on the podcast.
No. I'm not going to do any accents. There is no accents.
No, that's true. It's a bit strange, isn't it? Yeah.
I mean, most people return for you still got Beyonce as Nala, Donald Glover as Simba. You've got
both barely in it though, aren't they?
They're barely in it. Then you've got Seth Rogen and Billy. How to pronounce his name? Billy on the Street, I call him. Who wrote Bros and is great.
Billy Eichner
as Timon and Pumbaa. Now they're great. They're very funny, but at some points they are being very meta and in a different movie because they are talking about the stage show.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, that's true.
I was like, okay, it's taking me out of it a little bit. And then honestly, it does look great. Like when the lions aren't talking and the scenery and everything, it looks fantastic, like incredible piece of work. What works so well in the original Lion King, the 1994 version, is how good, this is going to sound like we're talking about Moana again, how good that soundtrack is again, and how memorable those songs are.
This has got I would say that the songs in this are better than the songs in Moana 2.
I would disagree with you.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I think there's not enough. There's not enough songs.
No, there aren't. But I was sort of tapping along to a couple.
Was it the Bye Bye one?
Yeah, that was all right.
Didn't know he was in it. Mads Mikkelsen, another bad guy role for him.
I think he does quite well. He's quite sinister.
Yes, he is. Well, that's why he keeps getting cast as bad guys.
That song is weird because that's not a bad guy. It's
Bye Bye.
Your bad guy is really kind of sinister. And then he does a kind of really quite childish kind of song.
He puts on a show tune.
And if it's animated, traditionally animated, probably doesn't feel so weird. But seeing it in the CGI, the realism, it kind of makes it quite weird.
Well, the whole film's like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the standout song for me was the romantic song. And then apart from that, I don't know. Timon and Pumbaa don't even get a song, guys.
They don't get a song, no.
Which
That's
is
true.
Sacrilege. It's not fair for us of the fans of those two people, animals. Yeah. Well, it sounds like you're kind of on the same wavelength as me.
I think it could have been good. I think there was enough there to make me think, there's a fighting chance. But I feel like the problem for me is the central relationship is between Mufasa and Taka, who. It's not a spoiler to say that Taka is Scar. It's pretty fucking telegraphed. Like literally, there's a point where like the Kiara goes, "I think I know who Taka is," and you're like, "Yeah, we all do." That's like 20 minutes into the movie. But I think actually what needed some more work was Taka's growing resentment of Mufasa.
Yes,
like because that switches like that.
He changes the way he talks.
Yeah. They are like bros, and then it switches like on the turn of a hat. And I think that needed more progression to that point.
He goes from like fun time guides then to like his best impression of Hamlet. It's like you can call me Scar.
Yeah, it's weird.
And I'm like, well, that's a different fucking character than it was 10 minutes ago. And I mean, I don't know what a Scar can do to a face. Maybe he broke his jaw in lion form.
I don't know. But it's weird. And I think it just needed longer. It just needed not longer time, but
yeah, because 2 hours is enough.
The resentment needed to go on for longer. You know, it needed to be... Like that needed to be growing before the point where it just flipped.
It should have been there from childhood. It should have been
exactly.
The dad liked the strain, but the brother didn't, and then made the two brothers go out together and survive what they had to survive.
Exactly.
That would have made more sense to me. Not like, oh, look at this. I know we've watched Transformers 1 this year as well. Like they've started off as buddies again.
That does it so much better, though, right?
Oh,
that does it so much better. It sows those seeds from the very beginning, and this just really poorly done in this way.
And what makes them fall out?
Oh well, yeah, they both fall for the same girl, right? Basically.
Oh fucking hell!
But also, it's so kind of like nothing as well. Like I don't know, it's weird. It's really strange. It's really strange, and I think it's just I think it goes down a disappointing route because I wasn't expecting anything from this at all. I was expecting to fully hate every second of it, and I did come out thinking, do you know what? With a bit more work, that could have been great. Like we could be talking about like, you know, at least a 5 out of 7 movie if there'd been a bit more to it, and if there'd just been a bit more attention paid in a few places, but it just never gets there. Just never gets there. There's always something that kind of blocks it.
Well, it doesn't have to. It doesn't have to exist in the first place. Never have I wondered in the last 30 years how Scar got his scar, or any of those questions.
I get that, but also I don't think it's completely superfluous. Like a lot of the time, you get a lot of the time with these prequels, they're like shoehorning some story in just to like.
That's
make
the problem
a prequel.
With prequels, yeah.
Whereas actually, I feel like this is a story that feels right. Like the story feels like it's sort of the story of how Mufasa and Scar grow up and the resentment that grows between them and how Scar gets his scar. I think that's a decent, it's a decent base to work from. It feels less shoehorned in than a lot of prequels. But at the same time, because they don't do it very well, it ends up feeling superfluous because you're like, well, I didn't really need to know any of that because you've just done it quite poorly.
Two brothers not liking each other and one being favoured because he was going to be the king of Pride, whatever.
Well, yeah,
I don't really need to know any more than that. One's jealous of the other one a little bit. Do I need to give a background to, once Scar was a good guy? No, couldn't give a toss, to be honest. Couldn't give a damn. And if it wasn't for the animation, whatever we're calling this, the CGI, then didn't really need it. Didn't really like it.
We definitely didn't need it. No, that's true. But then,
do we need any of these?
Do we need anything? Like, do we need any movie? So I don't think you're right. We didn't need it, but also I think it's, I don't know. I just feel like it could have been good, and I genuinely wasn't expecting that when I went in. So. Yeah. Yeah,
it was low because of what the 2019 version is. It made over $1 billion at the box office. So there was a draw. But was that draw because it was The Lion King? And I want to know, has anyone been going, I can't wait to see the next chapter of this story or whatever? Has been any drum banging apart from the studio going, well, you're going to get another one because it made over $1 billion. But at least we're giving you Barry Jenkins, and that was good.
Yeah, and Lin-Manuel Miranda.
Yeah,
but also I think
songs are not.
Yeah, the songs is interesting because they definitely feel like Lin-Manuel Miranda songs. I think, but you're right, they're not his best work. But I certainly feel like the songs are better than they are in Moana 2.
Well, I don't know. I like Choo Choo and there's the Bye Bye. No, I don't know. It just shows how important songs are to a musical like movie, this. Yeah. Yes, essentially a Disney movie. Family-wise, would you take your son now? Will he be bored shitless?
I don't think we've watched the live-action one.
Don't blame you.
So I don't know. I don't know if they'd be that interested, to be honest. We'll probably watch it when it comes to Disney Plus, maybe. But I don't think he'll be that bothered.
I don't think he will be either. No. I sat there for half of it and was like, I'm really boring. And then, really rushed ending. And then there's the lightning. And that's how Pride Rock, Rich. One of those big questions you've always asked yourself in the last 30 years.
It's just a rock, isn't it?
It's just a rock, isn't it? Great. I just think I'm going, oh, great. That's how Rafiki got his stick. Oh,
good!
Wow, didn't know that had to be a thing, but here we are.
I do think Rafiki, like young Rafiki, is probably the best thing in it.
I liked young Zazu, the bird.
Yeah, did you?
Yeah. Bit of comic relief. I love a good comic relief in films like this. This is why I like Timon and Pumbaa so far.
But Timon and Pumbaa are annoying in this movie because we just cut to them for like irrelevant, unfunny bollocks, and it just ruins the movie. Like it just ruins the flow of the actual story.
Do you think it should have just been the prequel story without the story telling like?
I think you could have done a whole like Rafiki telling, Simba's kid. You didn't need Timon and Pumbaa. It's a shame to say that. It's a shame to say it, but you don't need their comic relief because you've, like you say, you bring Zazu in and he's your comic relief. You don't need Timon and Pumbaa, who aren't funny and detract from the story. Like it's, I think you don't need them personally, but oh well.
Spoiler-wise, I think we've given away the spoilers about the Rafiki stick and the Pride Rock being made.
You just did that, not me.
Yeah, and that's me. And how Scar's being Scar. They're not really spoilers.
No. I mean, it's hard to spoil. It's a prequel, so you know what the spoilers are anyway.
That's very true. We can really spoil prequels. Prequels are always a funny thing because, I don't know, a lot of the time you're like, I don't really care how certain things happened. And that's my problem with prequels. Unless, that's a cool idea. But I don't think this is a cool idea. And if it was a cool idea, it should have been how we suggested it because we're the clever ones. Do you want to do Rotten Tomatoes?
Yeah, go on then.
We are going to start, thank you sequelizers to this, because we really are going to nick your idea here. We're going to start in 1994 with The Lion King.
Hang on, we don't
Fuck
do
you.
this.
Yeah, we're doing it today. So,
okay.
Critics for 1994's The Lion King.
96%.
You're close. 93%.
Okay, cool.
Audience?
Not a clue. 95%.
93%. You can see everyone loves The Lion King.
Yeah.
Everyone loves it, okay? Okay, so now we're moving along to 2019's The Lion King. Okay. Critics.
44%.
Oh, he's gone low. You didn't even think about that.
Surely not many people liked it, right?
51%.
Okay. All right. I was a bit low, but yeah. Still,
I don't think
bad.
that, critics were kind, and I can tell why, because a lot of these Disney rehashes are not needed.
You just took out everything that was good about The Lion King and made it sterile and bullshit. Yeah.
You don't need these Disney reimagination live action ones at all. You know, the original Aladdin is still the best Aladdin. The original Dumbo is still the best Dumbo. Is there any of these live action Disney films that have actually improved on the animated films?
Don't think so.
That you can think of?
Not that I can think of.
Lady and the Tramp? No.
I've not seen it. Pete's Dragon. Pete's Dragon's all right.
Pete's Dragons could be the only one, to be honest.
And that's like animated and live action originally anyway.
Yes.
So maybe that's why it works.
Audience score for the 2019's The Lion King.
It's probably going to be a bit higher. 71.
88%.
Oh, that's higher than I thought it would be. This doesn't deserve that.
No. Okay, so that brings us on to 2024's Mufasa, The Lion King.
I think it's a bit better than 51%. I think it's more like a 64%.
55%.
Okay. It's a bit better than 51.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Someone's put, it's watchable and sometimes involving, but there's a real problem with this kind of imagery, which uncannily looks like a live action, but also clearly isn't. Mufasa, The Lion King is an unnecessary prequel, but the music and the ambition production should please devoted fans.
Yeah.
So which is beautifully rendered.
Again, I think, you've got to praise the amount of work that went into making this thing.
Yeah. This is by far the best live action animated film I've ever seen.
Whoa.
Same person.
Okay. Best live action animated film you've ever seen? Or best of the Disney live action remake?
I reckon best of the Disney live action remakes.
No.
Okay. Audience. How do you think the audience are going to feel about this one?
I think audience is going to be higher than critics. I think it's probably going to be in the low 70s. So I'm going to 72.
It is also 88% the same as the 2019 version.
That's high.
Excellent movie. The audience clapped when the film was over. 5 stars.
Jesus. They didn't in my cinema.
No. Great story as long as you've seen The Lion King. 5 stars.
Fucking obviously.
I can't stop singing the songs. 5 stars.
Wow. Some people are easily pleased.
Half a star. Some scenes dragged unnecessarily while others rushed through important events.
True.
The overall workflow making it hard to stay invested. The music didn't leave a lasting impact, which is disappointing from a film that should invoke strong feelings comparing with the original Lion King. Yeah, nailed it. But I wouldn't go quite as low as half a
star seems a bit low for the things you've just said.
Yeah. It is it's a weird thing out of 2024 because we haven't done many prequels, and prequels are particularly hard to do. Is it what you expected? You keep saying it's better than what you expected. So that's a good thing.
I think it's a bit better than I expected it to be. I was fully going in ready for a 1-star movie.
Oh, wow, that's low.
And I think it's a little bit better than that.
Maybe you should go in for that every week.
Yeah, what's the thing about, like, if you're pessimistic, you're never disappointed?
I think that's definitely the way forward with these kind of movies. Like, there's been a long, big build-up with this film since Barry Jenkins got announced and the cast got added, and it's got Aaron Pierre from Rebel Ridge. He was great, voiced Mufasa. I thought it was great. I thought at the beginning about James Earl Jones was absolutely delightful. I thought that showed so much respect and class, and that was probably the highlight of the film. Yeah, it just left me a little bit bored. Honestly, Lion King, I love that original '94 version. It blew my little mind when I was like 8 or 9.
You were the right age for it as well.
Did it not blow your minds back then?
No, what was I, 14, 15, maybe?
You were more like 12, weren't you?
Was I? Sorry, when did it come out?
94.
94, I was 13.
Ugh. It was still blown my mind.
I was fully into cynical mode by the time I was 13.
Ugh. You've watched like Reservoir Dogs or something by then.
I hadn't watched Reservoir Dogs, but I had watched Pulp Fiction.
And then Lion King's on. You're like, "Ooh, this is for children. I'm an adult."
I thought it was all right. Like, the songs were good and stuff, and it was fine. But I just wasn't, by 13, I wasn't massively into Disney.
Hey, I Hakuna Matata everything.
I still know the words to Hakuna Matata, obviously. Like, the bit where he's like, I got downhearted every time that I, Pumbaa, not in front of the kids. Like, that bit, it's great. It's great.
Yeah, and then, can you feel the love
like I say, the songs are great. The songs are great. I was just a little bit old, I would say, for Lion King to make a massive impact.
I had it on cassette. I was obsessed by it.
I once, for some reason, and I'm not sure why, because it wasn't karaoke. I think we were just quite drunk in a bar in Estonia with some work colleagues that we'd gone on holiday with. We were belting out that Timon and Pumbaa, Hakuna Matata, for some reason. Like,
I bet the locals loved you.
Properly belting it out. Yeah, they did. They kept giving us jelly shots and stuff, and
jelly shots.
Sing. I know, it was mad. It was a mad, mad time.
So weird. Have you ever seen the stage show by
I've
chance?
Not. No.
I've seen that as well. It's great. So this is now my 4th favourite. No, is it?
It's better than Simba's Pride, isn't it?
Well, I've never seen Simba's Pride.
Ah, true. Okay.
I have seen The Lion King 1.5.
Okay. I've not, I don't think. I have seen. I would say this is better than the other live action one,
because there is a little bit more behind the eyes and the mouth. It's just still, I just don't like it. Okay. I don't want to see life-sized, lifelike lions singing at all. I don't know why. It just doesn't sit easy with me. It's just unnecessary.
How's it done money-wise? Are people watching it, or?
I believe they are.
Because that would depend if we're going to get another one, wouldn't it?
Well, we're recording on a Monday, so numbers would have come in.
Yeah, and it's been out since before Christmas.
So it's currently made 327 million.
What's the budget?
Richard, come on.
So it's made 327 million.
The budget was about 200 million.
Okay, so it's probably about break even then.
I do wonder. I do wonder where they think it's going to lie, because if it's going to get those numbers the other one did, or like it is now 2024. It's a very much different playing field, especially 2024, which is either very hit or miss. But I don't think 300. I think if it makes 600 odd in the end, it might do quite well.
Yeah, I think it's not quite a profit yet, though, is it? But I'd say it's big. The big numbers are behind it now. Like it came out 22nd of December, so it's been out more than a week.
Yep, but the kids are still off for a couple more weeks or whatever.
Yeah. Oh, no, it came out on the 20th of December, apparently, in the UK. I don't know if it came out in the States. I don't know.
Yeah, that looks about right. Yeah.
So, yeah, United States came out on the 20th, yeah. So it's been out a while, because it's, what, at time of recording, 10 days it's been out for. So I don't think it's going to make 600. It might make 4, maybe 5.
Above 5, I would say.
You think?
I think you'll have a strong week this week, again.
Okay. Yeah,
it'll go into that top 10 somewhere. I don't know if Moana's made 882.
Yeah, but Moana had made more money than this by this point.
Do you think?
Yeah,
it did actually. It had a big, what was it?
Opening weekend was big, wasn't it?
It was big. There's more demand for that. I think this demand is less because
the first one, yeah.
And if anyone actually wants a prequel story of how Mufasa became Mufasa, I've never thought of it. I've never thought, how did Mufasa become Mufasa? I don't know why I would want to know that story. He was just a cool, regal character that helped Simba become Simba.
Yeah, well, he's like your perfect father figure, wasn't he?
Simba.
Yeah. So, what are we going to rate it, mate?
Oh yeah, we have to.
And
do
is
that.
it an unequal sequel / prequel?
Unequal prequel, yes or no? An out of 7. What do you think?
Okay, I would say it's better than the live action one that it's a sequel / prequel to. So I'd say it's an unequal sequel because I'd say it's better than that.
I would say it is better than that just because of the eyes and mouths, but the first one still has better songs.
Oh, well, they're the original songs, so of course they are.
Of course they are. I'm going to call it an equal prequel.
Okay.
I think.
Interesting.
I don't think I enjoyed it any more or any less.
I would watch this over the first live action Lion King any day of the week.
I don't think I would. I don't think I would, just because I love those songs and those characters from the first film more than the characters in this film. Just Can't Wait to Be King is a good song.
Yeah, but you've seen it all before. What's the point? That movie truly is pointless.
Because that makes me happy.
You're talking about this movie being pointless because you don't need a prequel. You don't need to know about anything about Mufasa.
Let me get it straight.
But the first one is the more pointless.
Very pointless.
So, yeah, this is definitely better because this is less pointless.
You put out some good arguments, and I'm having struggling to think why I don't agree with that. But if you had to sit here and watch one of these two films, I might as well watch the film with the better songs in it.
No, I'd watch this one. And then I'd watch the cartoon, the original.
Well, I'd always watch the cartoon, obviously.
Well, there you go. Yes. That's not what I'm asking, though, is it?
And then I'll watch Lion King 1.5 before I go back to this.
If you had to watch 3 Lion King movies, which 3 are you going to watch? You'd watch the original 1 to 93. You'd watch the 1.5, and then you'd watch this.
I still might put 2019.
Why? I don't understand. Because
it's got better songs.
Yeah, but you've already watched the songs. Because you've already watched the first one. You don't watch them again.
But I think you won't allow me to rewatch the first one again, so I might as well rewatch the second one.
I didn't say you couldn't.
Oh, in that case, I'll go back.
You just watched the first one 3 times.
Yeah, happily.
I still think this is better than the first one.
Out of 7.
Out of 7. Hey, it's not good. Don't get me wrong. It's not. I'm not giving it a positive review, but it's also not the worst thing I've watched this year. What did we give Moana?
We gave Moana 3.5.
Yeah, I think it's about there. I think that's where I am with this as well. It's about 3.5.
I'm a 3. I enjoyed Moana too more than I enjoyed this.
I definitely didn't enjoy Moana more than this. I found Moana a lot more boring than this.
Oh, wow, we're different. Yes! Yeah, no, I would watch Moana 2 over this.
No, again. Definitely not. I'd watch this over Moana.
So you're at 3.5, so exactly the same as
3.5, yeah, same as Moana. I might even go to a 4.
Wow, it's Christmas. Well, it's not.
No, I'm not going to a 4. That's madness. 3.5. It's 3.5.
Okay, 3.5.
But I might knock Moana down to a 3.
And an unequal prequel.
Unequal prequel,
in a good way.
In a good way.
Okay, I am a 3 and an equal because they're just as pointless as each other. Let's not start this argument again.
Fair enough.
Does that make it a recommendation? Would you recommend someone to go and see it?
Not really, no. I'm not giving it a positive review.
No.
But I think if you really, really want to watch a live action Lion King movie, all right, sorry, a live action looking Lion King movie, then watch this one. Don't watch the first one.
Yeah.
There you go.
Is it worth seeing in the cinema? Big screen treatment, or
Not really. I'd
save it
probably
with the kids?
go and watch something else. If you're going with the kids, I'd probably watch Sonic 3, even though we've not reviewed that yet.
Oh,
if you're going with the kids, I'd go and watch that. If you're going on your own, I'd go and watch Better Man. So
there you go.
Do that instead.
Happy January, everyone. Rich. Mine is stay at home and wait for it to drop. But we always want people to go to cinema, so find something else that you'll actually enjoy, like other films, Rich.
Yeah, exactly.
Can you tell them something else?
Oh, yeah, you should probably just listen to these podcasts. Don't bother going to watch this at the cinema. Just, you've listened to our review now. You don't need to watch it. And also, you can go back and listen to our whole year's worth of podcasts, because we've done one every single week for this whole year. And we've had 2 seasons of interview episodes.
When you say whole year, this is the first week of January.
Oh, I'm talking about last year. I'm talking about 2024. We're recording this in 2024. It's confused my brain. Yeah, go back and listen to 2024's worth. Also, if you haven't listened to it yet, go and listen to our incredible crossover episode with the Sequelizers, where we pitched our Gremlins 3 to them. It's one of the best episodes of podcast we've ever done. Certainly the longest we've ever done, because it's nearly 3 hours long, which is almost as long as Wicked. So yeah, go back and give that a listen if you haven't already. Also, we will have more interview episodes coming. We're going to have 2 lots of interview episodes coming this year. So 2025, 2 seasons worth. One of those seasons is going to have mine and Dave's picks, because we're going to get to our 100th episode, and we'll have a special guest presenter for that as well. So you want to tune in for that one. So what I'd do if I were you was hit the subscribe button now. Hit that auto download button. Make sure you don't miss it, because it's going to be coming at some point. So yeah, you want us dropping into your pod player of choice every single week, so you don't miss anything from us. Also, if you wouldn't mind going onto your pod player, giving us a 5-star review. We really want to get to 200 5-star reviews, because when we do that, we become certified Rotten Tomatoes critics, and then we'd be proper. That would be so good. And also, it also helps other people find the podcast as well. If you review us, then that helps other people get to us. If you really love us, you want to join us over on Another Slice, maybe you got some Christmas money knocking about, you're not sure what to buy yourself, maybe you got you got 20 quid in a card, you're like, oh, what can I put this towards? For just $2.99 a month, you can join us on anotherslice.com/unequal sequel, where you'll get not 1, not 2, but 3 extra podcasts for your money. Oh, yes. So we've got Disenfranchised, where we talk about movies that should have had a sequel but didn't. Box Set Mentality, where we watch a whole box set of movies and then tell you all about them. And we have interview episodes. We have our sequel sessions for all of our interview episodes, where you can listen to extra bits from all of our brilliant guests. Definitely worth $2.99 a month. Come on, it's less than half a coffee. Like that's crazy money. So yeah, join in, come and join us. Yeah, good. We'll love you forever.
You're playing the long game with our 100th episode, which will probably come in November.
Yeah, probably.
That is long-term storytelling you've said in there.
Hey, people need to be ready.
Yeah,
they need to be ready for it coming. I don't think it will be November. I think it's before that, isn't it?
November, October?
Really? Yeah, October maybe. Yeah, okay.
Thank you everyone for listening throughout 2024. We do really appreciate that. We had a good year with many, many cracking episodes, not just the extra episodes, but also the interview episodes. They've also been good. We just released some of the best bits of season 7, so go check that out. If you're really missing us doing the interview episodes, that's the place to be. We are, like I said, 3 weeks away from doing our best of 2024 and looking forward to 2025 and our big yearly roundup. So if you've got suggestions of ones you're looking forward to, send them in, or your top 3 best and worst of 2024, send them in. We'd like to hear them. Maybe we can read them out in the episode ourselves. Apart from that, it's all gravy. It's all good. And we're going to have a crack in 2025. We're going to tell you more about our goals and aims in that big episode. We're just going to get these next few review episodes out of the way of Mufasa, Sonic 3, and Wallace and Gromit, Vengeance Most Foul, which is now going worldwide on January the 3rd. probably just after this has come out, the whole world will be watching it and realising it's good.
We've already seen it, I'm presuming. You watched it on Christmas Day?
Of course I watched it on Christmas Day.
Me too. Yeah.
I told the family to shut the fuck up and and enjoy it. You will
fully
enjoy
got into
it.
the spirit of Christmas.
Yeah, loved it. It is a goodbye from me, bye-bye, and a goodbye from him.
Bye!
See you on the next one, sequel to this one. Have a great week. Bye-bye.
I love the image of you telling your whole family to shut the fuck up so that you can watch Wallace and Gromit at Christmas.
It wasn't quite as bad as that, but there was 3 things I really wanted to watch on Christmas Day. There was Wallace and Gromit, Doctor Who, and Gavin and Stacey. Obviously, I only got to watch one of them.
Me too.
On Christmas Day.
Yeah, I watched Doctor Who and Gavin and Stacey on Boxing Day.
I've just finished them the other day, but Wallace and Gromit. Everyone in my family knows I'm a bit of a Wallace and Gromit nut. So it was nice to watch it as a family, and that was great. And I should be talking about this because we should be doing this next week's episode, weekend after.
Yeah,
But it was lovely to watch on Christmas Day. Christmas Day was great TV, to be honest.